Hello, hello, my friends. Another candle haul to share with you guys. I am just going to be very honest and say I apologize for having so many haul videos go up within the last week. However, there's a reason for that. Typically, at this point in the month, I would sit down and do my candle chat series with you. However, I am going to push that out to next weekend because I've hinted at this in the last couple of videos that I have done. I talked about it in my empties and my candle collection series, but just in the last 2 weeks, you guys, I have had a ton of candles come into my collection, whether that has been through PR or like today's video, I have actually purchased these candles. And so I thought it would be more important to share with you the candles that have recently come into my collection. So that way you guys have a little bit of an awareness that I even bought these or that I have them before I start talking about, how they're performing for me or just kind of just throwing it in at you of like, hey, and look at these other candles that I'm talking about. So today's video, we are going to be talking about the candles that I purchased from the Caramel Sundays February restock. I've done a couple of videos now about the brand Caramel Sundays. They are a brand that I have discovered within the last like 3-4 months. I've really enjoyed a lot of my purchases from them. And they're kind of one of my like favorite new companies to be purchasing candles from. Now, I have talked about in those videos, so I'm not going to go into too many details, but their business model is a little bit different than some of the other candles that I talk about here, candle brands that I talk about here on my channel. They do a monthly restock, meaning that they will have a date where they launch a bunch of candles. Sometimes they are new fragrances, sometimes they are returning favorites. And at that time every month, usually for a couple of days, if things do not sell out, which they tend to do very quickly, whatever is left on the website, you've got a couple of days to purchase it, and then they kind of close off sales until their next restock. So the next restock for Caramel Sundays is going to be March 23rd. It's a Sunday. I will do a separate video sharing with you what is on my wish list for that restock, as well as give you, if I don't have any dedicated post-burn reviews on these candles that I'm sharing with you today, I will give you kind of some post-burn updates. Spoiler alert, I've actually burned all of these candles at least once now, so I'm going to give you like some initial thoughts. But that video will be coming up closer to the restock. Today, I just want to share with you what I was able to purchase last time. So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new and you like candle content. But let's go ahead and talk about what I was able to get my hands on. So there are 6 candles here. And the first one that we are going to start out with is banana cream pie. Now, if you caught my wish list video, you guys know this was on my wish list. In fact, a little bit of a spoiler alert, all of the candles that were on my wish list, I was able to purchase this go around. And there was one more candle that initially wasn't on my list. And it's kind of been the surprising hit of this haul. I can't believe it, but we'll talk about it. Banana cream pie has fragrance notes, top notes, caramel, coconut, banana, mid notes of whipped cream and cherry sugar, base note of a baked crust. Now, this to me is good, you guys. This is a good, I am somebody who tends to like banana fragrances. I don't like them to be like overly candied, artificial, like Laffy Taffy. This to me is like a good creamy vanilla. I get a little bit of that baked crust note in the background. I am going to tell you that this one is not particularly strong on cold sniff. And even the first burn last night, I could smell it, but it wasn't like smacking me in the face. It was a little bit lighter in terms of strength and throw. Now, that being said, you guys, these are 100% soy wax candles. And I do find that, I even find this sometimes with my Kringle candles, the fragrances that have more of like, that are not like spice heavy type of fragrances or maybe a really strong citrus in there, those fragrances usually take maybe don't really always come to life on the first burn. It usually takes like the second burn, sometimes the third burn, for them to really start coming into their own and for those oils to really start giving off their potential. So I will tell you that this one was fairly light last night, but it was still very pleasant. I enjoyed it. I like this one a lot. Really good. It smells like a banana cream pie. You get like the creaminess in there, kind of like a custard, I guess you would say, but not overly heavy or dense. Very authentic to what the name is. So banana cream pie. I was really glad that I was able to get my hands on that one. And then what was I burning that with? Oh, here's a surprise, you guys. I was burning it with dark salt and coconut. Now, this was a fragrance that was on my wish list. However, when they initially like launched their preview, so caramel sundaes, after they have a restock, usually about 3 or 4 days later, they will release on their Instagram what the following month's lineup is going to be. And so in early February, when they released what their February restock lineup was going to be, I saw this on there, but I wasn't really intrigued by it. And then I saw their Instagram stories, and they were like, "You guys, you've got to try this one. It's really, really good." So the fragrance notes on dark salt and coconut are top notes of vanilla sandalwood and tonka. Mid notes, coconut, cream, sea salt. Base notes of white chocolate and peach. Now I'm going to tell you, I don't really get any peach in here. This is kind of the more this is kind of like a more like masculine, traditionally masculine take on like a coconut scent. I would say if you are somebody who likes scents, say like Bath and Body Works mahogany coconut, it's not the same scent. It's not as like, I find mahogany coconut to be a little bit too oppressive personally for me. Um, this is more, I smell that sandalwood coming out. I smell the coconut in here. The coconut is not overly artificial, like fruity drink coconut, but it's coconut. You get some tonka and vanilla, little bit of like a beachy vibe with some sea salt air going on. This is actually really, really nice. I smelled this on cold and I was like, ooh, I really like this scent. My husband liked this one a lot too. This also, I burned last night. Again, wasn't overly strong on the first burn, which is surprising to me because this one is a little bit stronger on cold sniff. Um, but still a really nice fragrance. I'm curious to see how it continues to do as I burn it more. This is one that I will do my very, very best to get a post burn review on for you guys within the next 2 weeks before the restock, because this candle is going to be part of the March restock. So I think you guys will probably want some more like in detail thoughts on it, but I did want to let you guys know about that. Banana cream pie, as of right now, I'm not seeing it in the March restock, but that's not to say that they might bring it back in April or May. So I will continue to burn that one. Let's talk about a candle that you guys all knew I was definitely going to get my hands on. This is iced carrot cake. This is also going to be part of the March restock. We have fragrance notes, top notes, carrot and spice, mid notes, cream and icing, base notes, vanilla and baked dough. Now, I am somebody who loves carrot cake fragrances. I've burned Kringle's carrot cake, which if you caught my Kringle video on Friday, I did tell you guys that I felt like they tweaked that candle. I am going to say, I put a little note on that video, but I am just going to say that after burning it a couple more times, I think that what I was smelling was probably like the oils maybe had kind of, I don't want to say gotten mixed up, but something happened like in transport, because I was smelling way more vanilla on that first burn of Kringle's carrot cake. Successive burns after that, that vanilla note has toned down and started to kind of be a little bit more evenly balanced with the spice cake. So I do still love that fragrance. I love Bath and Body Works Sweet Carrot Cake. Homeworks has their 7-layer carrot cake, which they just released that this week. I do have a dedicated review on that candle already. It was nice, but I would say of all of the carrot cake fragrances I have tried, surprisingly, that is the one that it missed the mark for me. This fragrance for me, I'm going to tell you, this is very spice cake forward. When this is burning, this gives definitely more of the spicy element of carrot cake than it does the frosting. I get a hint of it, but even I would say that like Kringle's newest version of carrot cake has more of a frosting element in it. Bath and Body Works has more of like a cream cheese frosting. Kringle's is more of like a vanilla frosting. This, when I burn this candle, I definitely get more of a spice cake. And it's interesting that they say that there is a base note of baked dough in this, because there is something that this candle doesn't remind me of cake as much as it reminds me of almost like I want to say almost like a cookie or something like that. It's a wonderful gourmand. It's very, very yummy, but definitely more on the spice cake accord, like the carrot cake, than I would say the any kind of like you do get a hint of that vanilla frosting in there. It's not like it's non-existent, but when this is burning, I definitely smell spice cake. Now, being that there are heavy spices in here, that you would put in a carrot cake, this is a pretty fragrant candle. This one filled up my space pretty easily, but I will keep you guys posted. This is one of the candles that I am prioritizing, trying to get to the halfway point or close to, so that way I can do a dedicated review for you guys prior to the restock. Another candle that was on my list, this was actually on my list initially in the January restock. They had this candle available in one of their 4 wicks, and I didn't get my hands on it at that time. It sold out too quickly. I'm here to tell you guys they did it in a 3-wick for February. This fragrance, Berry Pistachio Cream, will be returning in their 4-wick vessels for the March restock. So fragrance notes on Berry Pistachio Cream are top notes of blackberry and blueberry, mid notes of creamy custard, base notes of pistachio and graham cracker. Now, I did burn this candle for the first time this morning, and this is different than the 2 wicks. This is in their 3-wick format. And this one, I'm going to tell you guys, I could smell it, but it was a little bit light on first burn, which is surprising because, again, it's another one that's it's not super strong on cold, but I definitely detect like the blackberry, the blueberry in there. It's definitely a very sweetened berry with that pistachio, a slight hint of nuttiness. It is what else is in here that I'm smelling? Creamy custard. Yeah, the pistachio and graham cracker. There's like a sweetness to this that I really like and appreciate. But this is really well done. I like this scent. I want it to be a little bit stronger on the next burn, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this is my first foray into burning the 3 wicks, so I'm excited about that. But this one is going to be available in a 4-wick, and ooh, I'm excited. This one smells really good. I like this fragrance a lot. I will tell you that I think that Caramel Sundays, probably up to this point, I'm going to just go ahead and let you guys know. So far, I think that they do pistachio the best. For me personally, I really like the way that they do pistachio, which I think serves as a great segue because this is the candle that was not on my wish list. However, I went back in the Sunday night that they launched. I went back into the website and was just kind of perusing things, and I saw that this candle was still available, which kind of surprised me. So I went ahead and ordered it. This is Pistachio Pecan Pudding. Now, you guys know I love pistachio fragrances. Why did I not have this on my wish list? Typically, for me, you guys, I'm just going to be honest, pistachio fragrances tend to be more like January, February type of fragrances, and we're into March now. So I was thinking, well, I don't really need that right now. But the more I looked at the fragrance notes, I saw it was available, and I was like, FOMO got the best of me, and I ordered it. Fragrance notes on Pistachio Pecan Pudding. Top notes, pistachio, creamy almond. Does it say creamy? Yeah. Pistachio and creamy almond. Mid notes, vanilla pudding. Base notes, candied pecans and brown sugar. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is the most deceptive candle I will tell you from this whole bunch, because when I smelled this candle on cold, first off, I like it. I like it a lot. It's that creamy pistachio type of scent. I like it even better than Bath and Body Works Pistachio and Toasted Vanilla, which you guys know that I like that scent. This, to me, again, it's the way that Caramel Sundays does pistachio. I like it. I get a little bit of that almond. I get that, like, there's a creaminess to this for sure. But I'm going to tell you guys what really comes out when this is burning: the pecan note. The pecan note, which is listed as a base note, and they are candied pecans, sweetened pecans, similar to like a pecan note that would come out in, say, like Bath and Body Works pumpkin pecan waffles, or what are some other ones? Like, if you love a good pecan note, it comes out in here. And I'm going to tell you guys, I was so surprised by this because it smelled pretty light on cold, and I thought, like, okay, I'll burn that one in the bedroom. So this morning I burned it. I went and dropped my kids off at school, my younger 2 kids. My oldest stays home and does school from home. So she was still home. But I went and dropped off my kids. I went to yoga. I pulled my car in the garage, and I could smell this candle in the garage when I pulled in. I was like, oh my gosh, that's that pistachio pecan pudding or pecan pudding. I was like, wow, like, how did that? I didn't think that was going to be that strong. But this fragrance, I was burning with the berry pistachio cream. This one overtook the berry pistachio cream. So I've learned my lesson. But this is a great fragrance. This is a great year-round gourmand scent. I actually could see this really being a hit. During for some of you guys if it's still cold, but I actually see this being wonderful to pair with like a pumpkin scent, like in the fall. This is really, really good. And this one is coming back in the 4-wick. So I might be keeping my eyes on that one because this, so far, first performance on that was really, really good for me. And then the final candle that I hauled was the one that got everybody talking, and it is coming back for the final restock this in the March restock. Ice cream sandwiches. So we have fragrance notes, top notes of coconut, whipped cream, and I can't even read my own writing there. Strawberry ice cream. Mid notes of cookie dough, chocolate chip cookie dough. Base notes of sugar cookie, berries, and vanilla. Now, my friend Drew Yock, he got a hold of this candle first, and he made the comparison. And so I'm just going to piggyback kind of off of what he's saying now that I smell this. This to me smells like one of those Neapolitan ice cream sandwiches. It is what the note that like hits me the most is that strawberry ice cream. That is what I smell, but it's almost like when I smell this, I smell like strawberry ice cream, almost like melting on your hands. Like, have you ever had that? Oh, like there's something about it, like when it starts to melt, that it releases like a different type of fragrance. It's good. Like, it's not in a bad way, it's in a good way. I get a little bit of that like chocolate wafer crust in the background. I actually burned this candle the other day. Oh my goodness, the best combo. This candle with Kringle candle, the Easter chocolate eggs. Oh my word, get out of here. Amazing fragrance combo that I had going on in my house. But this is really good. And this one was also a pretty strong performer for me on the first burn. I definitely smelled it all throughout the living room here. I would say probably about a 7 on the first burn. But yeah, ooh, this one is really, really good. Now, comparison to Kringle Candles ice cream sandwiches, very, very different fragrance. Kringle Candles is a little bit more, I would say, this actually smells like an ice cream sandwich that you would buy at the store, you know, or maybe you buy it off of the ice cream truck. It's the one with that classic chocolate wafer with the Neapolitan filling. Kringle's version is more of it's like macadamia nut with some dark chocolate. You got coconut, like toasted coconut in there. It's a little bit more of a complex fragrance that, quite personally, I don't think of ice cream sandwiches when I smell it, but you guys know I still love that fragrance. It was my number one scent in 2024. But this is really, really well done. They did a really good job on this strawberry ice cream because it smells very, very authentic. It's not an artificial strawberry type of scent. Very, very well done. And I will, again, try to prioritize getting this one burned at least halfway so that way I can get a dedicated review out for you. Because, like I said, the ice cream sandwiches, the iced carrot cake, and the dark salt and coconut, those will all be coming back in this exact same format for their March restock in these 2-wick vessels. The pistachio pecan pudding and the berry pistachio cream are coming out in a 4-wick. So I feel like those two, I will still do my best to try to get you guys post-burn reviews on those two prior to the launch. However, if I don't get around to doing the dedicated reviews on those prior to then, I will make sure that I update you about the performance of those candles when I do my Caramel Sundays March restock wish list video in a couple of weeks. So again, you guys, the reason why I'm trying to like get all of these hauls out of the way first is because you're going to see over the next couple of weeks, I've got a lot of fragrances to get some post-burn reviews on. I already have all of the new spring and summer collection from Kringle Candle. Just peeling back the curtain a little bit, I did want to let you guys know that I have a Homeworks and Scentworks haul to share with you guys. Hopefully that will go up this weekend as well. I have those candles to share with you, but I am going to be really honest with you guys. Mentally, I am prioritizing over the next 2 weeks burning a lot of Kringle's Easter collection and these Caramel Sundays, particularly those 3 that are going to be restocked in these formats. So that way I can get dedicated post-burn reviews out for you guys prior to the Kringle Easter launch on March 20th and prior to the Caramel Sundays restock on March 23rd, because I feel like time is of the essence. These are limited edition. These are things that like they sell out really quickly. And I feel like those are probably going to be the most pertinent candles that have kind of like a ticking clock on them to make sure that I get the reviews out. So if you notice that over the next 2 weeks, my dedicated burn reviews throughout the week are a little bit heavy on Kringle and caramel sundaes. I'm just letting you guys know that is why. I'm also going to try to sprinkle in some of the new spring and summer collection from Kringle into those post burns for you because like I said, like, I mean, those are going to be around a little bit longer, but some of you guys might want to throw some of those in if you're going to be purchasing from their Easter collection. So I'm rambling, but or maybe just over explaining, but you guys know I'm always here to do that for you guys. I always like to be very transparent with you guys and let you know where I'm coming from. I know I've said this several times with caramel sundaes. They do not do PR, nor do they do sponsorships. They are a small business out of Georgia. And like I said, I've discovered their brand and I really like these products. I purchased all of these of my own free will. Money went out of my bank account. So yeah, this is all stuff that I personally chose. So anyways, let me know in the comment box down below, are any of these on your wish list? Were you able to get your hands on some of the items that you were looking for during the last restock? I would be curious to know. But yeah, you guys, I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.